why is paced growth so much better than just I hate to use the term overnight success, but what have you seen in companies that have had fast growth versus paced growth to make paced growth one of your 7 pillars?
Can I go for it, Bob?
Oh, well, I'm happy to enter into to
And
say a few words about.
Keep in mind it celebrated the fastest growing companies in the country through the Inc. list. So
nothing wrong with a fast growing company for sure. Yeah.
And in fact, so much of the business world and the prestige that companies get, or the recognition that they get, is based on the speed with which they grow. Now, the speed with which they grow is very important to the investors, because the investors have to have customers of their own. It's easy to forget that the investors, the customers of the investors, are not the companies they invest in. They are the people who have donated the money that allows the institution to exist. And the goal of the company is to help those investors, those customers, and to make those customers successful. And so there's a once you take that money, once you take money from either venture capitalists or private equity people, you're committed to trying to deliver to them what they're looking for, which is an increase in their value and in their wealth as fast as possible. Now, in fact, if you do not take venture capital or private equity, and you build a company just to achieve the purpose that you've stated, that you've had for this, whether you grow to you take SRC, Springfield Remanufacturing Corporation. I mean, this is a company which was growing like 15% a year when we were looking at it. Well, it went from 16 million to almost $1 billion today.
Right.
And if you allow for, if you are paced growth, if the company is paced growth, over time, it might well achieve more than can be achieved if the company works on growing as fast as possible.
When I like that paced doesn't necessarily mean slow.
Right.
Just understanding your pace and being consistent with your pace, I think, is what you emphasize too in the book.
Yes.
And there's a non-intuitive side of this too. It's easy to imagine that the rates of growth can be higher when a company is small, right? Because you're working from a small base. So the assumption is as companies get a lot larger, naturally that growth rate will slow down. And that is true, except there's kind of this very magical company that's kind of, let's say, in the 50, 100 million range, that actually, because they've built such a strong foundation over, could have been a 15, 20-year period, their growth rates actually accelerate and they start growing faster because they're reinvesting the resources more wisely, they're acquiring companies more wisely, they're just doing business really well. So it's not one of these things that it's fast as rates when it's small, going lower and lower and lower, like it's some kind of asymptotic curve. There are exceptions to that based on the strength of the foundation that was built. And why it's so important for evergreen companies under paced growth is that it allows them to be self-funded. And there's other important benefits, but the first and primary is if you grow at rates that are higher than your natural growth rate that's generated by your business model, you have to take outside capital.